Welcome one, welcome all to another Patch Note show. That was exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nox came in and just
Was that Ymir? The Frost Giant? Or was it
I
just
mean, it's just one of the Frost Giants.
yeah,
There's a lot of them.
It wasn't. I mean, Ymir doesn't die.
Yeah, no.
He can't die. That's not possible. Well, there's a new Patch Note show. Me and Paul are going to be bringing you all the action from the latest patch. And then we'll go into the skins in game and have a little look. Anything special this week to look forward to?
There is one skin that the community's been wanting for a long time. That is pretty exciting.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know which one this is.
Yeah, you'll see.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Well, we'll go into the card art now, so we get to see it first of all. First thing to really mention, though, this is probably the final patch before Worlds, and this is more than likely the patch we're going to be playing on the World Championships at ARES Expo.
424 will be the one that we're playing on, but
yeah.
This is to make sure that players have enough time to actually experience all the changes, figure out how to adjust their strategies. And so 423 is really the last balance patch, and it has slight adjustments here and there, but it's not really designed to shake up anything too much.
Balance patch,
and then the 424 will be for any last minute changes that we feel are super necessary.
Okay.
So don't expect too much in 424 unless it's like super critical that we need to get it in.
Okay, well, let's go through exactly what we've got to start off with. Skins, first of all, Defiant Bellona. Is it this one?
Nope, not this one.
Nope, not this one.
Another Bellona.
But this is actually one of my favorite cards in a long time.
Damn.
Baseball patch she's got? Oh, I like the Dead End Shield she's got there too.
This skin is incredible.
It looks really good.
It's really good.
Okay, that's some
the
fantastic
best colors ever.
We'll get to see that in game a little bit later on. Not only Bellona, we also have Abyssal Knight Ares. Is it this one?
No, not this one, but this one is also incredibly cool.
It does look really good as well.
That looks pretty cool.
Purpley, and is that like Cthulhu on his belt or something?
I mean, it's some crazy influences.
I'll ask Chuck. He'll have some sort of idea. He was like, I wanted to do a skull, but they wouldn't let me do skulls, so I did Cthulhu's
Chuck
head
will probably
instead.
have a lot to say about this.
More than likely. After that, we've got Order in Chaos Hell.
This one's it.
Is this it?
This is
I
it.
didn't ask about this one. Oh. So it's like Moonlight and Sunlight at the same time?
No, it's the Order Titan and the Chaos Titan.
Oh, is that what it's supposed to be? Okay.
Yeah. You can see like the same coloring.
You're right.
You got the gold accents. And the effects on this are really cool. They're really, really bright.
So does that mean if, like, in game, like, there's a win ratio where, you know, Order's winning more, does that mean Order stance is going to do more damage for Hell?
No.
No?
It's not that intense.
Not only will Hell get that skin, she'll also get some mastery skins. I believe this was leaked on Twitter earlier on this week by our good man Chuck. So there's a
mastery skins.
And
we actually have 2 other gods getting mastery skins this patch.
I mean, Hell is 2 gods, right?
Okay, so 2 more after Hell.
Is there?
Yeah.
I literally only have 1 listed here, by the way.
Well, there's 2. I'll tell you what the other one is.
Oh, okay. You're going to show it us as well?
We'll show it as well.
Cool. Next up is Badlands Vulcan. Is another skin that's going to be available this patch. Oh, he does look like he's from the Badlands.
Yeah, he is.
He's
awesome.
in a pair with the
Kumba
skin.
Good maintenance of his weaponry and equipment there. It's very shiny and sleek.
These are good skins so far, at least the card art.
Yeah, you got to make sure your equipment's ready to go. If it's like all dirty and rusted, it's not going to do much for you.
Especially when you're Vulcan, you're an engineering. You know, you realize those things are important.
Plus the spikes. The spikes are critical.
I want to know what actually weapon he's holding there. I mean, obviously it's a version of his hammer, but looks a little bit different than that with some wheels on. And obviously, Vulcan's going to get a skin. We're also going to update the Mastery skin for Vulcan too. So there's the Mastery skin.
So he gets his updated ones. And then the other ones that are being updated is for our most recent goddess, Discordia.
Oh, okay. So they're out as well.
Yep, they will be in there as well.
You know, Brett mentioned that to me earlier on, MLC staff. I'm going to give him the credit that he did actually say that. And I'm like, well, I've not been told that, so we'll find out if that's true or not. That's it for the skins for this week, but it's time to move on to the balance section. I'm going to start
everyone's favorite part.
Is it?
Sometimes.
Is it your favorite part?
Depends on if I get a lot of Twitter messages afterwards or not.
Okay. Find out after the show whether Pompon gets a lot of likes his patch. God fixes, first of all. One this week, Vulcan. Earthshaker updated the FX to be less scary for allies of Vulcan. What?
Yeah, have you ever had a Vulcan ult and then it's like right on top of you and then before you can think you hit your Aegis and you're like, oh, that was my friendly Vulcan because there's not a Vulcan on the enemy team?
No, because I'm not an idiot because I know they've not got a Vulcan on the enemy team.
There's at least like 6 clips I've seen of people doing that. Either way.
Have you done that?
No.
Oh.
I did while I was playing something else. I was watching the stream and Thor ulted, and I immediately hit my F button to do beads as it was landing, and I completely used something that was super wasteful.
Okay, so that's for all you players out there that get scared of your own Vulcans.
All right, Nim, thank you for the 30 months.
Yeah, audio cues, they're important.
Fixed. And then on to item balance next. We're going to start things off with Jade Emperor's Crown. This is going to get reduced physical protections from 60 to 50.
All right.
What's the reasoning for that?
So as we kind of touched on earlier, all these kind of item changes are targeted towards a few items that are limiting some diversity, are a bit too effective at what they do. So these are very minor adjustments. 10 protections will hit the item, but not that much. And the big thing here is it was both good at protecting against burst damage from just the base armor that it had at 60, as well as affecting characters that had really good scaling, because reducing 30 power, especially in the early and mid game, is very impactful at limiting characters with scaling.
Yeah, that's
scaling
fucking
potential.
ridiculous.
So we're toning back the base protection it gives and making it so that that aura is really what stands out for the item.
Okay, so it's really aura-focused now, a little bit more so. Next up is going to be Gladiator Shield. We're going to reduce the protections on this item from 35 to 30.
And so similarly with the other item, it's just a slight toning down so that you're not getting as much protections as you could be getting against some burst characters. People will be able to damage you a bit more. And with Gladiator Shield, we've seen it kind of nerf since its release. And it's gotten really close to the good balance state where a few characters are actually opting not to pick it up now. There's some pretty good health there, but it was still a bit too effective on the characters it was good for. So 5 armor off to bring it more in line.
Okay. After that, we've also got a bit of hunter adjustments here.
Yeah,
by the looks of it.
2 hunter adjustments.
Executioner is the next one up, and as you can see, we're going to reduce the physical power of this item from 35 to 30, so a little bit less power.
Yeah, and so this kind of hits on another change we did recently where we made it a bit more expensive as well. It's an item that's very good in a whole bunch of hunter builds, and it's kind of the core of those hunter builds, and we don't want to like suddenly shift it and move it out of those kind of hunter builds because it's kind of the established thing, and if we were to pull it, it'd suddenly change everything about the hunter class, which is something we don't want to do right now. And so Executioner just getting a slight power reduction hurts all those builds, but it doesn't make it so that those builds are bad. Makes other options that you might want to go, like an Odie Bow Rush, or maybe you want to stack more power, be a bit more viable. Just bringing it more into line.
Except for people are tanky
and
as
not only
fuck.
that, we're going to also be looking at Devourer's Gauntlets this patch. That's going to get a gold adjustment. It was 2,000 gold, which was pretty damn low. It's going up to 2,100, so it's only 100 gold on top. Same sort of reasoning, really?
Yeah, so the Devourer's Gauntlets has gone through a whole bunch of changes over its history, and it's always been on this like razor's edge where it's not good, and then suddenly it's picked up all the time, not good, suddenly picked up. And our last change, we did a few things. We reduced the gold. We made the stacks more effective. We made it a bit more powerful. And so this one, we're just bringing the gold back, so that's a bit more expensive. You pick it up slower, but we're not doing anything else to it. We don't want to do too many changes because you might just push it back over that razor's edge, back into it not being balanced. And so people can still pick it up. It's still useful, but we're only doing a slight gold adjustment here.
Okay. Next up, we move on towards some assassin items by the looks of this.
Yeah.
Or at least a Loki item to start
shit.
off with.
Hydra's getting buffed.
Hydra's Lament is the first one.
Here we go, baby.
Increased basic attack damage from 30... Sorry, basic attack bonus damage from 30% to 40%. 10% more. Ooh.
Yeah, so if you're weaving your basic attacks in, if you're an assassin that can do that pretty effectively, Loki is probably the prime example there. Hunbat's has some good synergy, though. If he gets a crit, he can actually augment that crit. If you're one of those characters and you like to pick up this item, it's going to be more effective for you. And largely we're doing this because in the last patch we hit Titan's Bane, which did help mitigate a lot of what hunters and warriors were doing, but it did hit assassins in a pretty big way. Although they had access to more pen items because basically the whole mage tree was good for them.
Except for we don't have access to Executioner,
and so by making it so that this Hydra's
pen.
Lament is a bit useful on them, we're helping those assassins out. And then our next item, we're looking at the other assassins, the more ability focused ones, and giving them an item they can use to kind of bring back some power they lost from Titan's Bane.
The old classic JOTUNNS Wrath is what Pom was alluding to there, and that's the next one on the docket this week. It's going to have a cost reduction there as well. It was 2,450 gold. It's now going to be 2,350 gold.
Yep, and now you can fit those into your builds. If you're a cooldown assassin, you can definitely buy it now.
100 G's cheaper, still get the cooldown reduction and all the fancy stuff for that. That's it for items this week. So, like you said, we've got Season 5 coming up. We've also got the World Championships, which is the reason why a lot of people are expecting major shifts all of a sudden, which isn't really going to happen right this second.
Yeah, we're really focused on
back
Worlds,
to first
the
item
meta
picked up
that's
by everybody?
currently being developed and currently being experimented with. We don't want to throw another wrench into that right before Worlds.
100 gold, though.
Kind of scramble to adjust.
Yeah.
We're letting the
they already
current
nerfed
situation
Titan's
kind of
Bane,
flesh itself out more.
so-
Looking at very targeted things like warrior tankiness being a bit too high, so Gladiator Shield comes down. Hunters being a bit too effective, so those items get slight tweaks. Nothing major.
And then there's still Season 5 next year. At the start of the year when we're like, okay, big changes.
So we'll have 424, which will be the World's patch, and that will be a very light on balance because we'll only be tweaking things that are like very necessary to tweak.
Sure.
And then 425 will be the one right before Worlds, and then we will have Season 5.
All right. Okay. So 2 more patches
Worlds.
after this patch. And
Don't know
then
the schedule.
We're Season 5-ish.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Well, on to gods. Next up on this list for gods, we're going to start in alphabetical order, hopefully. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Okay, it's working. It looks good.
We did it.
It looks good. Awilix is the first one on here. Moonlight Charge. We fixed an issue where this ability went further than the targeter suggested.
Oh, dude, this was a
We've
big
actually increased the
stink like
range
a
of this
month or
ability
two
from
ago,
65
dude.
to 70.
Kind of.
Kind of.
So it was listed as 65.
Right.
The cat itself went further than that and hit things further.
How far did it go?
73. So if you've been playing Awilix on Live, you've actually been using a 73 range ability. We're toning it back down to 70 and making the targeter match.
So it was a bug fix into a bonus.
It's a bug fix into a nerf, technically, because it's 3 range off that. But we're kind of accommodating for that. So the gravity surge changed, which if you want to read that out.
No.
You don't want to read it out?
Do you want to read it out?
I'll read it out.
Go on.
So gravity surge is going from 70 to 75 range. The big thing here was at 73 range, you could hit someone and be out of range, and it knocks them up, and then you suddenly just can't pull them.
This is
which
dumb.
felt like a weird interaction.
They like
and because we didn't want to increase the range of Moonlight Charge to 75 all of a sudden.
So the 3 accidentally was going too far, and it was
already,
going
so
so far that you couldn't ult
toned
off
it down
of it at
up to
max
70,
range.
and then
So
increased
now
the
you
gravity
can
surge
ult
range to kind of
anything
accommodate
at
for that.
that
So now
max
basically,
range, but you can't hit knock them up at that range.
with Moonlight Charge, your gravity surge will pull them. Unless you're running really far away really fast.
The fuck?
And
In
then
which case.
ARES,
it'll
you
miss
scare me
because
with your
you
fucking
walked out of
decisions.
range.
Okay, that's a Wheelix. We'll move on to Camazotz next on the list. We've not seen Camazotz in a little while. Looks like he's going to get a bit of a buff this patch.
Yeah.
Increased physical power on the Screech buff from 10 to 30. He's now going to be 20 to 40. This looks like a bit of a revert from what we did previously.
Yeah, so he was a very dominant jungler for a long time. He had a lot of ability to fight people and sustain and poke aggressively. And so we did 2 nerfs, which was Vampire Bats got a nerf pretty heavily on damage, and then Screech got a nerf on the amount of power it provided. And after that, we saw him slowly decline. And so now he's at a spot where he's actually a bit too weak now. So the nerfs are a bit too heavy, especially as things have adjusted over time. There's been a whole bunch of item adjustments. People have kind of shifted the meta a bit. And so now we want to bring some of that power back, and we feel like the power buff from Screech, especially because you have to go catch the echoes and then manage that, giving him that power back is pretty safe.
That's Camazotz. Next up is Discordia. Now, Discordia's had a bit of fun and games with her. I think a lot of people are like, the community is very split on whether she's too strong or too weak.
Well, she's just a bit too strong.
Is that what we're seeing?
Yeah, she overall her performance is not super crazy high. She's not like one of those release gods that just breaks everything. She is overperforming a little bit, and largely she's just dealing a bit too much player damage, especially with her Strife ability, which is what we've targeted.
All right, just keep reading them out. Yeah, 70% down to 60% on that. That's the only change for her so far, though, but she's one that we're looking at because she's new.
Yeah, and that's an ability that she casts really often because she gets it also reduced by her 3, and so this 10% nerf will go a long way over the course of a game to reducing her overall player damage.
Okay, we'll see how that works out for Discordia.
Slightly.
Next up is Fafnir. Fafnir is going to get a bit of a nerf this patch. Yep. By the looks of it, Coerce is the focus. Increased cooldown from 15 seconds to 16 seconds, so that's 1 second there. But not only that, Coerce, the attack speed buff from this will now change from 10% to 50%. It's going to be 15% to 35%. So early game buff.
So they're trying to hit the double hunter.
Yeah, the big thing here is Fafnir is a character who, well, he's very good at the top end, and I mean SPL level. Anything other than that, he doesn't do well.
Sure.
He doesn't do well anywhere else.
Does he not?
He just doesn't.
Why?
Because he's a bit difficult to use. You have to manage your 2 stances. You have to ult at the right time. You have to hit your abilities, which can be hard. It just happens.
Yep.
And the big thing here is Chorus is one of those abilities that when you're a coordinated 5-man team, when you can always use that Chorus in the most effective manner, you are going to start pushing towers, objectives, things very, very efficiently. And so Fafnir gets a boost there, where in more casual scenarios, he doesn't get the perfect scenario as often.
Sure.
And so we're doing a very targeted change to Chorus to reduce the late game potential it has. You can still use it to buff your team and get a really good push out, but the amount of power you're going to have and the ability for the enemy team to actually fight you and have the window of opportunity to fight you has been reduced. And so it's a very targeted high-level adjustment.
Next up is the Wind Snake, Kukulkan.
Yeah.
He's a snake that can move slightly quicker now. That's the change this patch. His base movement speed is going to go up by 5 from 350 to 355. What's your reasoning?
So he's a character that's largely kind of middle ground. He actually has pretty good and safe wave clear. He has pretty good ult secure on objectives. But just in general, he's been underperforming. His stats aren't displaying anything that show that he's very strong. He's actually on the lower end. And so we're just giving him a nice bump to his mobility because we don't need to buff his wave clear anymore. It's really good. We don't need to buff his damage. He actually does quite a bit of damage. His ult secure, his ult, especially with the coordinated team, you can land it pretty effectively. So we're doing something else to tweak him up a bit so that he's more in line with other mages.
Okay, so a little bit more mobility, able to escape a little
especially
bit more.
Especially because he's a no mobility mage.
Yep. Talking about somebody else that doesn't have feet, Medusa. She's also...
Good segue.
I know, it worked out well. I was like, I don't know I'm going to do that, but it worked. Viper Shot. Increased base damage from 10 to 30. It's now going to be 15 to 35. Okay.
Yeah,
1 year, holy cow.
So the big thing here is Medusa is just a character that was also not performing as well as she could have been. She had some kind of use in the early season 4, but since then she's kind of fallen off favor.
Sure.
And so
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like these changes
there was her boxing potential
are very minimal, but they'll like have a dramatic impact.
She was more ability focused, but she had this really good boxing sim, which just wasn't good enough.
Right.
And so we've made Viper Shot. If you actually start landing it and you can land those subsequent shots, you're going to get a bit more base damage. It doesn't really affect her scaling because she's not going to be suddenly hitting way harder. We didn't increase the scaling on that ability, but the base damage there really helps her early to mid game boxing potential.
Okay. After that, we have the raw change that Pom Pom was leaking earlier on.
Yeah, the meme was fun to make.
It really was. It didn't look.
There it is, baby.
Look,
wait, this is it?
I think it worked.
I think it failed. I'll be honest. Divine Light is what's going to be changing here. We're going to increase the base damage from 60 to 220. It's now going to be 70 to 270. So early game 10, late game 50 increase on that. Ooh. Increase the magical power from this item as well. Sorry, magical power scaling, I guess that is from 40% to 55%. So 55.
Did I expect it?
And mana cost reduced from 60 to 100.
Like a
60 to 80.
Change.
Wow.
So if you look at
it's nice. No, it's a nice
we
change.
Talked about earlier. He's
for
a character that
Raws.
had like most things were going for him, but he was just a bit underwhelming, and so he looked somewhere to give him some more. Raw had a different problem, which was that his player damage as a whole was just way below all the other mages. His performance was also not very good. And so when we look at that, we're like, okay, is there a place we can bring up damage? His 1 does it quite a lot. His 3 has a lot of utility. His ult's very potent. But the kind of playstyle where you use your 2 aggressively, like if someone's trying to jump on you and you're using it to peel and then burst them back with the 2-1 combo, or if you actually want to run into the 18 because you feel like you have the advantage, we're going to reward Raw players more for doing that by giving them actually more impactful damage.
Okay, got to be a little bit more wary of that with assassins now for sure. And talking about assassins, Susano is the last one on the list. He's getting a bit of a buff this match. Going to be to the Wind Siphon. We've increased the base damage from 60 to 120. It's now going to be 80 to 180. So early game 20, late game 60.
So Susano's
Wind Siphon's
gone through a whole bunch of changes,
right?
And the big thing about the changes were to reduce his frustration. He had a lot of mobility, a lot of good burst potential. He could suddenly swing a team fight really hard with his ultimate. So he kind of had everything going for him, and we toned down a lot of his mobility.
Is that
focus
the 2?
a bit more on trying to use your damage. From
okay, that is a 2.
Worked. And since then, he's been just
they added.
And so we didn't want to.
It's gonna help.
Mobility again.
It's gonna be undervalued. It does damage in your combo.
With only a 60 damage base ability, scaling up to 120 for a rank 5 ability. So now it's 180. So it actually has a bit more of a punch, just to give him a bit more potential to actually kill someone when he decides to engage on them by pulling them to him. But yeah, he was definitely underperforming. And also for a lot of guys I talked about underperforming, we generally base that off the stats that we have. But there's a site out there that a community member made that called Smite GG.
We did
and that one's actually really interesting because they take all the rank stats and they kind of like sort it. And there's some surprises that I bet if people went there and looked. But I want to give them a shout out because
is it fairly accurate? I guess like
it's fairly accurate too because they're pulling directly from our API. And so I just wanted to shout out to someone who took the time to code that site and actually pull from the API and compile all that stuff. It's pretty cool. It's a good look.
Good stuff. Head over there and then start posting screenshots to me on Twitter. Great.
Yeah, that'll be good. Everything goes to Hindu.
Yeah. Oh, no, Pom Pom. Prefer Pom Pom. Pom, go get ready to do skins now.
Yeah.
That's it for the item section overall.
Shit.
But I do have our good old friend, Mr. MLC Stealth, standing by to have a quick conversation. Look at that. The transition. Beautiful. How are you?
What a black color.
I'm not too bad. What do you have to talk to me about this week?
I've got so many things to talk about. First off, did you hear Kukulkan's getting a buff? That's amazing. He's my favorite character. I could spin around in circles. I'm so happy. But I'm not going to.
Because you're tangle the wires and then production of Shout Eater.
So the first thing I want to talk about, this weekend, we have a weekend event going on. You can earn an Enigma chest for getting 3 first wins of the day. That's going on all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
But how do you get 3 first wins of the day if you only get one first win of the day? That's very confusing.
You know, there's several different game modes here in this Smite video game we have.
There is?
Yeah, you have to play all the different game modes.
Which
Do
game
you guys like keep track
Clash.
of this stuff?
I like Clash. Polar Bear Mike likes Siege.
Like when they announce this stuff, are you like, gotta play this weekend?
Ranked, there's Duel, there's Joust, there's so many.
Like, does it at all get you to play the game?
Apart from Conquest.
Apart from Conquest.
Good job, Stealth.
The one I...
You know, you only won a world championship at that. You don't remember it? Really?
Sorry.
It's okay. So you get 3 wins on the weekend on Saturday and then 3 on Sunday. Is that possible, or is it just...
3 first wins of the day. You can do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 3 Enigma chests total.
Okay.
Only when it's gems? Okay.
I'd also like to announce our winners for Shadow over her Copless Nightmare Mode.
Oh,
these are the first people to beat Nightmare Mode, which is pretty amazing.
You know them off the top of your head?
I do, actually, off the top of my head.
You do?
Show
me.
On PC, we have Data Remember,
Oh.
Sam for Soccer 2, and Devios.
What happens to Sam for Soccer 1?
Yeah. I don't know. We're not supposed to talk about Sam for Soccer 1.
Okay.
You know, and then we have For PS4, Supreme Help, Private Ryan 22, and The Legendary 22. And then for Xbox, we have Pep Doctor, Merc 1131, and Raging Zero. I can't believe I memorized all of those names.
That was really impressive. Well done, Stel.
I spent a long time looking at that list, just trying to memorize those names. What list? There's no list.
That's true. That's true. And contest winners, what did they actually receive? Do you know?
They received a bunch of gems and skin codes.
Oh, they did?
Well, we haven't given them to them yet. They will receive.
Oh, so you're lying?
I'm lying.
Oh, good job, Stel. Now you're one of us. Now you're getting there. You understand now what's going on.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Our third thing is...
you got 3 things?
Three things. Our third thing is Tier 5 Uller, Frostfire Uller, releases next patch with patch 424. And that's crazy.
Wait,
we waited so long for it. And,
next time, right?
It's really cool. And actually, I think we have a video to show everybody here watching the stream. It's a Frostfire Uller video.
Bro, so I gotta see this. I'm actually hyped for this because Ull's good as shit now. What?
I'm finally in my
loading bullshit.
Game on.
Ooh, that looked pretty good.
Yeah, that was sick.
Nice little way in there. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah.
Oh, did you make it?
He directed that.
He really did. I was like,
I was only tangentially involved in the production of that awesome video.
What?
Gave critical feedback.
Welcome back to the
Just
desk. If you don't
happened.
recognize these lovely gentlemen, whether you like them or hate them, they're here again. And they're some of the best creatives we have here on the Smite team. It's Chuck, it's Fishman, and it's AJ. We're here to go through the skins with you today. And we've got a few skins to start things off with.
Oh, yeah.
Should we start with
Started off?
Bologna? Let's go. Straight to the Bologna skin, hopefully. And this card out looks amazing.
Yes.
This skin overall is amazing.
I got to say, this is, I think, some of the best illustration I've seen in our card art
That smirk.
ever. Yeah,
So
that
mischievous.
smile.
It's like,
We all said the same thing when we saw it at our desk. We were just like, wow, this facial expression is just great.
All right, let's do this
Let's
again.
have a
And
look.
she's not even like
card art's
charging
awesome.
into battle. She's
We
just
know.
chilling.
Yeah.
She's
a
like, I may
badass.
have to beat your ass in a minute here.
we'll see what happens.
So she's got a baseball bat and obviously the
Fucking
hammer.
massive bat.
I want to. What's this
Holy
scourge? Like, what
shit.
does she do for that?
Well, you're going to see.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll
Is
see
it like barbed
Dead.
wire? I'm hoping it's barbed wire.
From
Barbed
that,
wire.
I guessed it. I guessed it. It's so good.
from
so
that
good at this, you
perspective, the bat looked like 20 feet tall.
It does. It actually looks massive. That
It's big. It had to be the size of the sword.
it's bigger than Hercules' bat.
The
She's
thing
a-
is
she
massive
sounds
as
a bigger bat
fuck.
than
Yeah.
Hercules.
Oh my god, it's awesome.
Wow, that's got
Hit
some
'em.
range
Hit 'em.
on
Holy
that.
shit. Dude, the skin is good.
Ooh,
If the bat
particles
was
are
small,
nice,
it wouldn't
too.
be as good.
Sounds like an aluminum baseball bat. You know, it
Yeah,
says
it's got a
aluminum,
nice
by the way,
ring
just
to
so
it.
you guys got it right. Yeah.
Oh, instead of
the right way,
aluminium or
it's
And then
whatever.
now she's got
Aluminium.
the dead-end shield.
Yeah, the
do
like
like
shield
this.
is awesome.
Oh, yeah,
It
these
sounds
sounds are
nice.
dope too.
It's like she just ripped the sign down. I'm like, I guess I'll just use this as a shield.
And
That
just
makes sense.
reinforced it. Yeah.
Bludgeon time?
Bludgeon time. Sledgehammer.
What's that sound?
Nice.
Commonly available.
What exactly?
At
are you
a
advocating,
construction
Chuck?
site
Yeah.
near you.
Can we get production just to turn the game sound up
I
a
love that
slight
hit
bit
effect
for me?
too.
Just
Yeah,
go.
let's give me a little bit more sound.
Oh wait, where'd the bat go?
I don't want to be hit by that.
I love the contraction.
Okay, well the scourge is shit
Yeah,
compared to what
it's
it should have
just-
been.
It's interesting because the colors are so funky, but it fits.
How are you not gonna
It fits
incorporate
it's like funky,
the bat
funky
into that
combat
shit, dude?
skins.
Really, we're bringing that back?
It's never gonna
Disappointing.
I
Whoa!
mean, at my house, that
Fearless
voice gets
Avenue and
used so much
Psychopath.
that it's just become part of our.
Fearless Avenue and
Of our-
I
Psychopath.
like that little detail.
That's good. I actually like the fact that when she ults with it as well, you can see it in her hand as the sign goes down too. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Really nice detail. Little anarchy
Give me some
flag.
more scourging. I want to see the.
I do like the color thingamajigger that pop up, but like
right there.
I think the 3 should have just did a bat with like crazy barbed wire on it.
It's a very nice skin.
Well, it's got a voice pack, as always. So let's have a little listen in.
Yeah! You're killing it! That was awesome! Bad girls have more fun. I will not be bossed around by you. No, I'm not gonna drink your bloody tea. Sorry for being late. I got caught up enjoying my last few minutes of not being here. Oh man, I tried to be good, but it is just so boring.
I believe that joke was a specific shot at you, Handyman.
She's not going to
I don't know why it would
your
be.
bloody
My brother
tea.
said I don't even drink tea.
Yeah, I don't even drink
How is that possible?
Well, I'm fostered in the States, so I don't get good tea anymore.
That's
so
true.
I'm stuck with coffee and bud. That's about it.
I don't even drink tea with blood in it.
So that's Bologna. We'll move swiftly
Learned all
along
kinds of things today.
to the
What up, man,
Ares skin that we were talking about. The Abyssal Knight Ares.
I like it.
Is the next one.
It's so good.
Bro, that's fucking.
So you just have a Cthulhu.
Well, card
feel
art.
to
That
me,
whoever
from what I
does
can
their
see.
card art
Yeah.
is
What gives you
actually
that?
crazy
Gives
because
you
their
that
card
sense?
art
I
is
don't know,
so
something to do
fucking
with the
good.
shield or the belt, something along those lines kind of gave it away.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm dead on because I'm no artist or understanding this.
Maybe it's the inclusion
that
of
fucking
monstrous
tentacles.
tentacles.
Okay, this is like
That's
straight
just
out of World of
cool.
Warcraft.
Cool
I'm not
that
gonna lie to you
shield
guys.
is,
Yes.
man.
The shield
shield is
actually moving
alive.
is dope.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
that's great. It's like he's cut the
Okay.
head off and it's still like,
The
going
shit
for those
coming out
last
of his
moments
mouth.
life.
It's kind of like Bacchus bouncing below.
If that there wasn't purple stuff coming out of his mouth, that
You'll see.
shield would be nowhere near as cool.
Oh, there's a VXG.
Yes, there is.
Oh, hey.
Give it away.
Oh, is it special?
He's
Oh,
got
that
a
eyeball of the
gimme.
sword is
Custodian
so
gauntlet.
awesome.
I do like the gauntlets too.
A lot of good details.
Very nice.
It does,
The
Nitro.
helmet's
It
really
does.
badass.
So we made the helmet, and we're like, we want to have giant horns, and we're like, oh yeah. His
Okay,
giant
those look
tentacles, by
sick.
the way.
Of course the tentacles. Wow.
Oh, they even have like a little bounce to them.
That's cool.
I don't always notice this, but the shadow of the tentacle shield is really dope as well.
The shadows. Shout outs to that dynamic lighting.
What?
All right, I beg your pardon?
Yeah. You don't speak the old
Excuse me?
god's language?
Yeah.
I don't.
No, that
Unfortunately,
is
You should
okay.
stay
Very
up.
nuanced. And
the
when
best skin of
tentacles
the
come
patch.
out of the shield in the evil darkness.
Oh, that's cool.
When the Ares skin that's underhyped as fuck ends up being
You did
by
good,
far
Joe.
the best skin.
Ooh, I like the tentacles all wrapping around his hand too when he's up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sweet.
He's separating them. Got to keep the Odin separated.
I was about to say, I thought Pond nearly missed an ult on bots then. I was like, wow.
Oh.
He just did. Good timing.
How did he do that?
Called him out for any of those.
I'm sure he's gonna like
Oh, see?
You broke that
What was
one
up with
pawn or
that?
something.
Wait, well, why are you in the jungle?
Whoa.
He broke something. It's okay.
Good stuff. It's okay.
Everything's
Let's
okay.
see the voice pack first of all before we go to the very special VG. What was it? VXG.
VXG.
We'll go to VXG later. Let's just
We do that at the
let's
end.
do
That's
voice
the
pack.
finale.
The finale.
Embrace the evil within. Extraordinary. I am loyal to him. Time spent with me will shred your sanity and turn your brain to mush. Dying is such an easy way out.
I kind of like how the class
I hate it when I get a call from the Kraken, don't you? I have friends in deep places.
I like this skin.
Yeah, the
I like
voice
this a lot.
feels like a new kind of
He's
morphing
still
effect
laughing.
that we haven't
He's
used
That is
before.
fighting
really good.
against it, but he's losing to the corruption.
It's
Okay.
like a deep gurgly
Show me the VXG.
coldness.
Special
Don't
to
Google the deep gurgling.
Oh my.
the shield is alive.
That's awesome.
That is true.
That's really cool.
Some sweet demonic chanting.
I do
Okay,
love the
can
fact that
other
we do
people
this
hear that
mainly with, like,
sound?
the supports get the love of these VXG so much because they're the ones that like I guess I'm just rotating around the jungle again following these idiots, so at least I can go just,
That's is a strange coincidence, I guess, but that's nice.
Hey,
We have
there's
been
a lot
trying to
of
make
time
them.
running around, getting into position.
I know I appreciate it as a
or
support
like
player.
when you're already winning
I
and
like
the other
this
team is
kid.
dead, and
I
you're
think
like,
Ares did a good job.
you just like go around going, oh,
I'm gonna
Yeah,
praise
that-
my shield made from evil.
That turned out really cool. The shield. I I like that.
So that's Ares.
It's
We'll
like a character in and of
move
itself.
along to the community requested one that everyone was talking about. Then
hey,
Pom
what's that
mentioned
one?
the Order and Chaos Hell skin.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't
This
know that.
idea
Nice.
has been around for a while. It's finally happening.
So, community, we make things that you ask us to sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes.
no,
As long as they're
See,
not
As long as they're not,
John Quee.
Bad ideas.
Oh, Chef Vulcan. Oh, I'm going to get some tweets.
well, at least you did some mastery skins.
Yeah, you
He's
will.
mentioning it.
Yeah, you will.
So there is the dark. Is that dark side? Yeah,
Dark side.
I can see the bottom of the screen to make sure it is dark side. And obviously, red. I'm guessing would be the.
That is
dark
clean
side.
as
She's
fuck.
got the black armor. There is going to be some different
There's
color
darkness.
schemes here as part of the skin, but I think it'll be pretty clear.
I like kind of the throwbacks to our Titans in our headpiece
Conflict
there. That's
arises.
neat.
Yeah, the artist definitely spent some extra time making sure there's really clear visual elements that tied in directly to the
Yeah.
Titans.
Call outs to existing assets, tie the game together.
Although she's got 2 legs.
Oh yeah. Sorry, this isn't a half person holding
Skins
hands
are
with
all
another
really
half person.
good.
That's a cool design, but didn't really work.
I
on
think
Hal.
the other chaos,
Oh, that's
I mean,
okay.
the other
Let's
side
go
of the
through all the
skin is
abilities
better
too,
than
'cause
this.
we've got
though.
9 of
So
them.
beautiful. Yeah.
Let's throw some
I can't do
stuff.
math.
You missed
I
the
said
start.
9, 7.
What can you summarize?
Yeah.
There was like a
If
couple
it was
items
a
changed.
shared
And a wheel
stance switch,
exchange.
kinda
Yeah.
7.
That's all that matters.
Passive.
I'm just
2
an idiot.
passives?
Yeah.
Listen,
You're
Give me the
close.
bump.
I was an
Nah, at the
idiot.
end of the
I'll
video,
admit
I'll
to
go
being an
over
idiot.
it.
It's not often it happens.
No.
There's the
You know.
That's pretty.
cleanse,
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yeah, that little spiraling out of her.
Spacey.
Yeah.
the space
I
spiral.
will stand
It's almost like
beside
the
you.
Milky Way shape, right? With all the
Those
arms.
are known as galaxies.
Chaos
Sure,
will
but not all of them are shaped like the Milky Way.
It's true.
I'm ready for you.
That looks
Oh,
nice
there's
too.
the comeback, the bounce
Ooh,
back.
the flame transition was really cool too.
Conflict arises. Finish them.
Yeah, the transition stance is amazing.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
like
good.
the way it kind of wipes in as the state that
Oh,
you're in,
it's
and
so
then kind of
clean,
metamorphs
dude.
to
That's
the,
a really cool
what you're turning
transition.
to.
Feel my power.
There's the old slow.
Going
Doesn't hit
anywhere.
that, Odin. Slow, yep. The repulse. Oh,
Why is the 3 so big?
I just love that this segment is just us going.
Is the 3 actually
we're
that
watching
fucking
fireworks pretty
big?
much.
It's
Well, Hell's
huge.
fun because she got so
LOP.
many abilities.
I guess did we get 2 voice packs with her as well?
Well, it's one voice pack, but yeah, different
mean,
styles.
technically,
Different
it's
styles
two.
on the
Technically,
order
it's
and
two.
chaos.
I'm pretty sure it's 9.
It's the way Hell skins generally work. Yeah, it's 9 voice packs.
I'll be interested though, because
God.
normally they're like, "I'm gonna murder your face."
Yeah.
Oh, please don't do that to them.
All right, let's go.
Yaha! 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 Fantastic swordsmanship. Exemplary. I deserve some credit too. It is not death you should fear.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
Come on, you should let loose a little. The only thing I'll let loose shouldn't be said out loud. Oh, I feel terrible. Ah, finish them! Woohoo! You did well. Chaotic! There is no one more powerful than I! It is not death
You got
you
your
should
vertigo today?
fear.
Awesome.
I will bring order to this world. Not if I stop you first. Chaos, split push, will you? We are attached. Oh, right. Knock knock. Who's there? Justice. Justice who? Justice is no joke.
Wow, that was interesting. She's got an audience for her own joke, which is pretty sweet.
She does
makes
the
life easier.
internal knock-knock joke, but
Shout
then
out,
it's
I think
an
of the Reese
anti-joke.
stuff. Bigsby,
in the
I'm glad
end.
you like
It's
to
a
share, brother.
double
Okay.
curveball. Tina's
Where abilities are
comedy.
disappearing.
Tease a
in this.
double
Reaching
curveball.
Meta jokes.
Yeah, those
Well,
Hell voice packs. It's
While
like,
we're
All right,
on
Aries
that,
skin takes the cake.
puppy. No, we
On this entire patch, Aries skin is
we'll
all
look
that
at the
matters.
This one's a
mastery
little
skin
more subtle
style
than that.
as
I
well,
want a
please.
stream
But
of just
Joe was
Chuck
pretty
doing
good.
like angry and nice old people voices.
We should just have a video of Chuck impersonating everyone's voice pack. That would be a good one.
Except they would all sound like bad Monty Python characters.
Or old
Chuck
Greg.
variety show.
So after Order and Chaos Hell, we do have the Hell Mastery skins as well, which we'll
Yeah.
get to take a look at
See,
momentarily as well.
we made them.
It's about time.
Well, they only take like 2
You
seconds,
did,
right,
you
Chuck?
did 3. You did 3 in one patch.
Dispel
as
the
well.
myth. They are more
3 in one
time-consuming
patch.
than they
Some.
seem.
They seem really easy to do, Chuck.
What
like, we
time?
did 3 this patch.
No, man,
We're-
you just
I
go
can
like
take
this.
Photoshop and do a filter, change one color to another, done. Like, how long does that take?
All
you
right, so
seriously?
Fishman is gonna
take over.
You're now on the Masteries team.
It's more complicated than that, audience.
Is
Sorry.
it?
I don't wear enough hats.
Yes, it is. Good art takes time.
It's true.
What up, Drop? Thank you.
Yes.
I can get masters.
Why are you
It
here,
is.
Central?
What do you mean?
It takes skill.
Oh.
See, that was a major shot. I feel
He's
really
a pretty
bad.
skilled
See,
artist.
Chuck looks really hurt.
The
on
way
screen.
you
No,
fired it,
no,
though,
I
I was like, are you
actually
saying he
didn't
needs to
feel
get back to
anything
his
about
desk
that.
and do the work?
That's
No,
what I
or
thought
like,
he was saying too. I thought you were complimenting
Wait,
him.
this,
Like, go back and
this
make cool
version
art
of it
instead
looks
being
way
here.
better.
Can't
than,
afford to have you on
oh,
the
okay,
show.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
say
okay.
nice things. Like, I did that. I wouldn't
No, I don't get
Wait.
to make art now. I just look at people's art.
and go. That's good.
Yeah,
And that's
or
not.
Ship it.
This art is good.
change that.
This is good art.
This
Ship
art
The
is
legendary
bad.
skin is black
He just
and
walks in with his
silver,
thumbs, right?
like
Like,
opposite
And
skins. I
the
didn't know that.
final
That's
test
crazy.
is like when they come to the patch note show, you sit here and go, "That's gonna get changed."
Those poor druids.
We're like
So
last
the
week.
druids.
Yeah, last week. Juan's like watching the patch notes show, and he can see me typing into my phone. He's like, "Oh crap!"
What are we
His
talking
email
about?
starts lighting up.
about it.
All the Hellskins for you into the diamond version we go. They look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Job well done on the diamonds. We still got
As
more
a
matches
double
to go as
goddess,
well.
this is like another
Yeah, I'm
master
actually
skin.
pissed right now.
It's just like, come on.
We haven't been under Smite. We've been under World of
That's a lot
Warcraft
of
this whole fucking
masteries.
time.
It's 4 matches.
Yeah, pretty much. 9 even.
Math.
It actually was updated.
After the Hell one, we also have Badlands Vulcan.
Oh yeah.
This looks dope as well. This
It
is
is
really good.
real cool.
I love that weapon.
It's you got to see it
Engine hammer.
in game. The vibrating on all of his mechanics.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
He's got all these
So
wheels that
it's a car
spin.
engine
and,
that is
yeah.
basically got on a stick. That's great.
See, that's why we come on here to say, ooh, because like I saw early concept of this, which
Look at the
doesn't
backpack.
convey all the movement.
Go
Like,
to the
exhaust.
backpack.
That's great.
Oh yeah. It's all working.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's live.
Vulcan's
Oh,
got some
damn.
amazing skins
He
now.
does.
Like he's also got the I don't remember the names of the skins we call them,
The
but
army
the
one.
army one is what I was going to use the word as. Like
Full Metal Vulcan, I believe.
that's such a good skin.
That is. Vulcan's a fun god skin. You know, he's got some cool stuff going on with his mechanics themes.
Of course, he had to get a Badlands feel to him though as well. Like you know, like an apocalypse feel that had to happen.
He's got a.
He's got his apocalyptic
say that, sorry.
harpoon launcher.
That is sweet. I like it chilling on the tire base. The exhaust coming out when it fires.
Can't stand the heat. Starting to heat up.
And we kind of went with a blue pilot light to orange flames kind of theme on here just to get something a little different feeling. Vulcan.
I like it.
I like the noise.
So that thing is a little bit hard to see because it's the meatball, but it's got. Oh man, that explosion is real sexy. It's kind of like a gas can with spikes welded onto it and like a evil face, and then it explodes.
I'm gonna switch to Smite.
Is that his face
That's
mask
annoying.
on the symbol?
Sorry guys, I was switching my game. I don't. So
I don't believe I've seen that symbol until
This
just
skin isn't
now.
gonna rival the fucking
Do it again, Pong.
army
Closer.
to me.
Or it's a lady
It's
meditating.
cool, but
I saw the yoga
kid with the
pose,
nukes, dude.
All right.
but it's probably a face mask.
Okay, he's got a voice pack too.
You guys can't see his Chuck
I like
reaches
the
for his
backpack
phone.
though, but I still like the army skin better.
Can we get a different
Don't make
pose
a
than the
habit of that.
meditation pose, please? Okay, voice pack, please, Pompa.
Yahoo! You're on fire. Great. I'm the big boss. Ho, ho, ho. I'm the big boss.
Spammable. Indeed.
You can stop the blight. We leave no survivors. I've set an oil fire that looked better than you. You some kind of mutant freak? Or is that just your face?
Solid jokes.
I'll ask her at the end. I'll have the laugh. Okay, that's the Vulcan skin.
Looks good.
He does have. We've got still 2 more to go. Obviously, the Vulcan Mastery skin is the first thing up, so we can have a little gander at that as well. In the blue and gold, then the black and gold, and then the diamond and blue. I was always getting lost with that last colour. I'm like, it's diamond and something.
There's a fancier word for that blue, but for me, it's just blue.
Regal. Navy.
That's a complex material. It's not just
thinking of-
blue. You're seeing some reflectivity
More
there.
of a cerulean.
I was trying to
I
be
figured
cool.
Chuck would have us like a
lapis
crayon that I
lazuli.
didn't know the name of from when I was a
That
child.
That one I ate by mistake. It's that one.
He's got the 112 count or something at his desk.
Some crazy. I'm
Not
pretty good, dude.
cornflower or Persimmon. Cerulean.
Persimmon.
Persimmon's a blue?
I had the 200 pack of crayons.
Of course you did.
Not periwinkle?
Persimmon is also a color, but periwinkle is a blue.
Yeah, I thought persimmon was like an orange because like the fruit itself is.
That's true.
Diamond.
His Vulcan skin really pops on the diamond. He's got kind of a orange and blue
thing going on because his skin is so
kind
orange.
of orange on his own.
Yeah.
Man, you don't realize how orange he is.
He's
real
in the
orange.
diamond.
We need to get an allied Vulcan.
He's always been. He's always
That's the
been
only Vulcan
orange.
skin I need.
Make
What up,
diamond
Vulcan
again.
Nibbles?
Well, when he has a black and gold
What did
outfit
you miss?
on
I'll
by
cover it at the
default,
end of
you
this.
You don't see it.
Yeah.
But you know it's in the diamonds. Well, that's Vulcan. And
Spray tan.
He lives in a volcano or something, doesn't he? That's probably part of it.
I don't have this last
Volcano.
one listed, but everyone keeps saying we did Discordias as well, right?
Discordia Masteries? Are
She
those in
done?
this patch?
Everyone keeps saying it. Pond said it, and then Star said it. So I'm like, is it?
I think
keep
so.
watching the
Pop, have you
stream,
got it?
and I keep learning new things every
got it in
day.
games.
We got
Let's
it.
take a look at it.
Let's do it.
Content man.
I mean, I
Apparently we
saw,
do have
You
it, yeah.
forbidden.
I saw them
Appreciate
at
it, man.
desk.
Okay.
So
Well, we're gonna
Sounds
get
like we
Pod's
got
gonna get it in
Discordia.
game then. I don't know
So-
where that one got like snuck in somewhere without.
I'm sure
nobody
there's some rank 10
confirming it for some reason.
Discordias out there already. There's people that just go hard when the new guns come
How
out.
is that even possible? There's not enough days in the week to
Oh,
do
it's
that.
possible.
You just gotta stop losing
Yeah.
and play a lot.
some people are in college
Goddamn.
and don't go to class. You know, it's a thing.
I remember those days. Got
Yeah, I was
so
like,
much games.
how do you think we got here?
So many games played.
Yeah, I wish I was still
Oh my
there
God.
right now.
Those were
That'd
the
be great.
good old days, man.
Well, I traded not enough money and too much time for not enough time. And
Well, while they're doing
enough
Discordia,
money.
while they're getting the Discordia one ready, favorite thing in this patch? Oh, we don't have Discordia, is what I'm being told.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we've been lied to.
We've been pranked.
Just so you know, it was Pompon that lied to you. Nobody else here at the
I
desk
think
did.
it's still.
So make sure you
it's
tell 'em how you
patch,
feel about
though.
that
Keep an eye out for the
on
notes.
Twitter.
Pompon said, we have it, and Pompon let you down. Yeah, go back and show Pompon. That's what you get.
What are we showing? Pompon just.
I don't know, Pompon-
Camera roving
How
on
many
a
Odins
group
did he
of
make?
Odins.
That's the way it's going to be.
All
Well,
right then.
It's a shorter show than usual just because the amount of content this week isn't like over the top like we have had previously. But favorite thing?
These huge patches have come recently and
Well,
coming up.
there's
you
one
know,
coming up,
so,
right?
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's like season 5.
You know, I'm really
Is
happy
that,
with
is that around the
the
corner? I forgot.
yeah.
It's my favorite time of year.
Nobody's
gonna
talking
be
about it
big.
in-house, so I lose track.
No?
Oh,
We
yeah.
definitely have not been working on season
Tirelessly.
5
No.
all the damn time.
No, definitely not.
So we
Yes.
haven't done tests.
Just in case you guys don't understand sarcasm, we have been working on season
Yes.
5 very hard all the time.
I know Hindu comes from a culture where they don't.
The fact that it
appreciate
has to be
sarcasm.
clarified, like it actually has
Yeah.
to be
Now
clarified.
that's a meta sarcasm joke right there.
There you go.
Hey, we did get it.
Well,
Did
You
it?
joke around long enough,
It's a
things
Christmas
work themselves
miracle.
out.
It's not Christmas yet, but yes, it is a miracle. Pompon did something right. He saved the day.
Rise above the rest.
I think
Apple
Pompon just realized that he was going to get
is not
inundated
recolored.
with tweets and messages about
Because
his mistake.
her outfit is gold, but the
Don't speak
diamond.
sarcasm.
Is it a diamond down?
I hear tell
Oh,
it was supposed to be diamond, but it. Oh no, that's my
no.
bad. We're still in gold.
It's
skin.
gold.
You're not gonna
He
talk till
started
next
with legendary.
What?
It threw me off.
And now she the mastery. You have the black dress now, so you
And
can-
the stars are gold.
I like it.
Inner wing flaps.
these colors. These colors.
Oh, they haven't shown the new
You
gods.
knew as soon as you said it.
Oh, I knew
Who's
when
on
it
it
was
next
coming
time?
out of my
Came out.
mouth. I was like, this isn't great.
what is that even referring to on the skin?
I think it means how it's
wings.
separated
She
into
has
different
those-
portions.
The edges of the wings.
Yeah.
On the
In the stars inside the wings.
Oh, okay.
are gold on the gold skin, and the apple is diamond
I
on
see.
the diamond skin. Throw the
is
apple.
Is the big one diamond too? Oh,
It
that's
is.
cool.
It is that.
It turned
It's a
out well
little
in the
more
apple.
inaccurate, but I'm okay with it, I guess.
Oh, AJ.
As opposed to finger guns, which are
Especially-
totally
yeah.
in Apollo's
I mean,
lore.
there's so many things that are involved in law accuracy in this game. Gentlemen, pleasure as always. Favorite thing in the patch, AJ?
I'd say Hellskin. You know, it's just been on the list for so long. Glad we finally got it done. It looks great.
Fish?
That Ares was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it
with
was.
That shield.
Yeah. Ares skin by far.
You, Chuck.
I'm
gonna be
Cthulhu
Ares,
Ares,
isn't it?
yeah.
Of course it is. It's Cthulhu. It's evil. That's what
He
Chuck
can
is all
worships his
about.
own shield
Put some
while
skulls on
chanting
there.
mysteriously.
That's all Chuck needs.
Final thing, PTS.
Soonish.
CBS doesn't even matter. It's just
We just
skin.
slowly divulged away from like going, you know what? Friday,
Literally
you know
doesn't
what?
matter.
Today,
Perfectly damaged.
into,
Thank you for
you
the
know
6
what?
months, dude.
Check Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, just make sure.
Like we said, we've got a lot of stuff going on right now, bro.
What we don't want to do
Sometimes
is
we're
tell
putting
you
in a
when it will be
thing
out and then it
and-
not be out. Then that feels bad
That's
for us
true.
and for the people who
Don't
hear
say
it,
the
so.
mastery skin's available and then not show it like Pompon tried to do to
We
us.
did
Yeah.
show it.
He saved it in the
He tried
end.
to do. I clarified that.
Yeah.
With that, gentlemen, that's well. gentlemen here and ladies and gentlemen at home, have a wonderful rest of your evening and keep an eye on social media for when the PTS will be live. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time for another Patch Note show.
Patch Notes was weak. Executioner cost increase, which sucks. Jotunn's cost decrease, which is awesome. They nerfed. No, did they nerf anybody? No, they buffed Susanoo's 2. They nerfed Discordia scaling on one of her abilities. They buffed Culkin. They buffed Ra. The changes are very minimal. All you should be looking at when this patch comes out is the ARES skin, and that's it.